What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for picking another one of my videos right here on YouTube. So recently I have started downloading some FM23 tactics, some of the good ones, some of the weird ones, and I've been running them through a single season sim to see how they perform in the game. Today I've got another tactic that I am going to be running a test with Manchester City, Millwall and Morecambe, a Premier League, Championship and League One team, so you can see how this tactic will perform not only at the top but in the next two levels down in the English pyramid too. So as always, we're going to break the tactic down. We're going to show you the positions and the tactic itself, the in possession, out of possession and the in transition, and then we will break down those all important results. So let's jump across to the tactics tab and show you what this tactic is. The tactic is called GYRFM Master of Puppets. Now, GYRFM is a bit of a master when it comes to building tactics. We've already had a look at Loki, Dynamite and Swanzalona, and now we are looking at his Master of Puppets tactic. It's a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3, however you want to look at it. And again, it does have some rather cool positions. So let's break those down, starting off with a sweeper keeper at the back on support. We have a wing-back on the left on attack. Two ball-playing defenders in the middle of the park on defend. And on the right side, opposite to the wing-back on the left, we have a support wing-back on the right. We have a defensive midfielder on support. Now at this point in the video, if you need to pause it for any reason, whether that to be to jot down instructions or if you're looking to port out to another version of the game, don't forget, once you've done that, let me know how it's got on in your version of the game by coming back. Drop me a comment in the box down below and just let me know, do these tactics port out and do they become successful in other versions of FM23? Right then, let's continue on up the pitch. Next up is a box-to-box midfielder on support. A central midfielder on attack. On the left hand side, an inside forward on attack. On the right hand side, an inverted winger on attack. And at the top of the pitch, an advanced forward on attack. So once again, you can look at it one of two ways. It's a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3. Either way, it's a custom tiki-taka style. It has a mentality of positive. Its in possession looks like this. Not too many instructions there. Its in transition will look like this. And out of possession will look like this. So it's a pretty simple tactic to look at. Not too many instructions to confuse too many players. So let's have a look at how Manchester City got on in their one season sim. So you can see Manchester City dominated the Premier League, scoring 96 points, finishing 13 ahead of Liverpool. They were knocked out in the Champions League by Parthenope, Napoli to you and me. They won the FA Cup. They finished runner-up in the Community Shield, and they were knocked out in the third round by Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. Let's see who they beat in the final. They beat Leeds 3-1 in the FA Cup final to win that, so they have a domestic double. Looking at the Premier League then, if we go to the stages to see just how dominant they were, they played 38 games, won 30, drew 6, 2 defeats, scoring 112 goals. But the most impressive thing is they only conceded 18 goals across the entire season, giving them a goal difference of 94, and they scored 96 points. Let's go back and look at some stats for some players. You have Erling Haaland scoring 42 goals, 7.81 average rating. Bernardo Silva with a 7.45. Silva got 13 assists. Haaland 12 Player of the Match awards. Ederson kept 23 clean sheets to be equal with Alisson. Cancelo and Walker did get some yellow cards, so wingbacks obviously falling foul of the disciplinary section. Phil Foden had 3.74 tackles per 90 minutes, so a bit of a mixed bag in terms of Phil Foden and the disciplinary issues, but certainly in terms of an attacking force, this tactic really does do the trick. So we've got Manchester City, they have won the league. Let's have a little look at Millwall. What can they do with the tactic? And Millwall have finished second. They got themselves 90 points. Quite surprised at that. If we look at the competitions tab then, you can see they were knocked out in the 5th round by Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup and the 4th round by Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup. So getting knocked out of both competitions by the same team. But let's have a look at the Sky Bet Championship and break down what has happened there. If we go into the stages, you can see that they finished second, get themselves automatic promotion. They played 46, won 27 games, drew 9, lost 10, scored 89, conceded 52, and had a goal difference of 37, and they got 90 points. They finished 14 behind Norwich, who were the champions, but they finished a point ahead of QPR, and they finished 8 points ahead of Middlesbrough. They finished 10 points clear of Watford, and they managed to get themselves promoted via the playoffs. Going into the profile page, you can see that, I can't read that, Vogs Slammer has got himself on in and amongst the top goal scorers with 31 goals. That's quite impressive. Honeyman with 20 assists. Vogs Slammer got 10 Man of the Match awards. You got McNamara and Wallace getting 15 yellow cards each. And then they don't have anybody else towards the bottom of those stats. So that's quite impressive. We've got Manchester City have won the Premier League. They are now going to be joined, if we were to run a second season sim, with Millwall, getting themselves automatic promotion from the Championship. How did it get on with Morecambe? So you can see Morecambe, who were actually predicted to finish bottom of this league, I think 24th of 24 if I remember rightly. They finished 16th, got themselves 58 points. If we go to the competitions, you can see they were knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup by QPR, 3rd round of the Carabao Cup by Leyton Orient, and knocked out in the northern section of the Papa John's Trophy. If we break down the Sky Bet League 1 table, you can see that they finished in 16th position, which is not Morecambe. 46 games played, 16 games won, 10 draws, 20 losses, 61 goals scored, 63 conceded, a -2 goal difference for 58 points. So they finished 40 behind Peterborough, but they did finish nearly, is that 20 points? My maths is not great whilst recording this. Yeah, they finished 19 points ahead of the relegation zone, which was Exeter in 21st place. So it's not too bad overall for a team that was projected to be relegated from the from Sky Bet League 1 into League 2. They have done well to finish where they are. You can see Stockton got himself 26 goals. They did have quite a lot of disciplinary issues with Cooney, Gibson and O'Connor getting themselves on the yellow cards list, and Cooney a 3.08 in terms of tackles per 90 minutes. So if we hit the competitions tab and finally go back over it, we had Manchester City win the Premier League convincingly, Millwall getting themselves promoted to the Premier League, and Morecambe, who were down to be relegation fodder, they finished in 16th place and will have another season in League 1. So I think that was a pretty successful tactic test. If you're still here at this point of the video, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you want to have a go with this tactic, there will be a link in the description down below as always. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel. I have to say a big thank you to everybody that's helped the channel across the past couple of weeks. The growth has been brilliant. I really do appreciate it. Before you go, also don't forget to check out the channel for some other things. We have tactics, we have Wonder Kids, we have Let's Plays, there's tips, tutorials, a little bit of something in there for everybody. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you on another video soon.